In Ireland, we've been in confinement now for several months. Some days, I'm feeling like that kid that's been sent to the corner of the room for misbehaving. But I'm hopeful that soon we'll have some sort of return to a normal life. I know that many people are still living in worry and fear and uncertainty right now. Maybe not so much from the virus anymore, but because we're all living isolated and cut off from our friends and families. It is my hope to encourage you today with this brief inspiration in the middle of the storm. This too will pass, and we'll all get through this. I've lived through many storms in my life. Personal storms, financial storms, family storms, and natural life and death storms. But as I put my trust in God, I've seen Him come through for me time and again. And I have no reason to believe that this storm will be any different. I remember one time when I was in university, I was driving to my parents' home, which was over 2,000 miles from my school. I was driving from Oklahoma to Washington State, and in part of that long journey, I had to drive through the mountains in the state of Montana. It was a long and windy road through those mountains, and on my way up, a great snowstorm hit. It was near whiteout conditions. I could hardly see anything, and I was completely unprepared for a blizzard. There was no town anywhere near where I was, and nowhere safe for me to pull over. I knew that if I did pull over, I would probably freeze to death in my car. The situation was real life or death. This isn't like a small snow flurry we might see in Ireland. I'm talking about a snowfall which will bury a car. I've heard of too many people dying in snowstorms like this. Listen, I was freaking out for a moment. Fear and worry began to grip me. This is one of those panic situations, but I knew that panic wasn't going to help me. I knew fear and worry would cripple my thinking, so I took some deep breaths, calmed myself down, and began to pray and ask God for help. Not long after I began to pray, a large truck pulled onto the motorway in front of me. I have no idea how he could be driving or even see through the snow, as I couldn't. But as I pulled in close behind him, literally 5 or 6 feet, and followed him through that storm, his large truck wheels were able to clear the snow for my car to drive on. It was amazing. And we drove on like this for hours through the mountains in the middle of the storm until we made it to the other side. I spent the entire time praying and thanking God for His help. I don't believe for an instant that truck was a coincidence. I believe that it was an answer from God for my protection. When I got home to my parents' house exhausted, my mom asked what had happened on that trip because God had woken her up in the middle of the night to pray for me. God is so good, isn't He? Listen, we're all in this crazy storm that has shut down the world together. None of us know how the world is going to emerge from it, but we who trust in God have this promise in Psalm 34:19, that the righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. Just as God had delivered me from what was potentially a life-threatening situation, God will deliver and rescue us from all of the domino effects of this virus if we will put our trust in Him. Don't give in to panic, fear, and worry, but instead look to God for help, and His peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind through Christ. When you're in the middle of a storm with God by your side, there's no need to worry, but be happy because He will help you navigate through it. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like us to pray with you, or you would like more information about our church, please contact us. And remember to trust God, stay safe, and walk in His peace.